Hey friends, welcome to Why Did We Start This with Penny and Jonathan, a daily reset helping exhausted business owners stop guessing and build real financial systems so you can finally reclaim your paycheck, your time, and your business. Let's dive in.
Hey, happy Freedom Friday, everyone.
Freedom Friday.
We are on our way to the Settled Conference here in Grapevine. We stopped by at this coffee shop so we could go live, but we're on our way there. We want to talk a little bit about it because this is kind of the Freedom Friday that we believe in.
Yeah, being able to be at a conference.
Yeah.
On a Thursday night and a Friday.
Yeah.
Did you say you're out of office? I didn't. I forgot to. Because
we're out of office.
One of the things that we've learned in this journey, and I think some of you can attest to this, is that being an entrepreneur is as much about who you are and who you're becoming as it is about what you do.
Absolutely. Especially, and I think especially that's our journey of life, with God is about who we're becoming. And I think especially for me, when I stepped out of being at jobs for 20 plus years, then it's like, who am I? And so it's definitely been about who we're becoming. And that's what we love, Jason and Elizabeth Settles conference and their podcast. That's what they talk about a lot. And that's why we're
okay, just real quick, something I really enjoy about the Settles. I've been in church for a long time and have been around, healing ministry, deliverance ministry. There's just something about the Settles that is gentle and grace-filled. Is that the words?
Oh, yeah.
It's
sure.
Gentle is the only word that I can use. So we're really enjoying the conference. We're really excited for today also.
Yeah, they're real people.
You had something to share about last night?
Yeah, one thing that they said last night, just a nugget from last night, was trust God with the results of your life. Now, a lot of times we hear just trust God. We're thinking, trust God, okay, I'm trusting God. No, trust Him with the results. Don't just okay, God, I'm going to trust you.
Okay, so that doesn't mean we just lay in bed all day and
right.
Trust that somehow, some way, everything's going to be good.
No.
We show up and do the things that He's called us to do.
Right. And then trust Him with the results.
Okay, so as entrepreneurs, how does that translate into, when we're setting goals, we have these numbers in our heads.
Yeah.
Does that translate into, and I'm just totally asking you this live, does that translate into, instead of saying, I want to sign on 20 new clients this month, what if we looked at it like this? I'm gonna go to this many networking events. I'm gonna shake this many hands. I'm going to do this many, talk to this many people, and then leave the results of those connections. Yeah. So maybe we should set goals as to what I can do, and then let God do the results.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know.
Sure.
It seems.
It's just releasing. It's okay to make goals. It seems
right to me to do that. Yeah.
It's okay to make goals. It's just releasing those results to God and knowing that no matter... Well, first it's partnering with Him and making sure you're going in the right direction with Him.
Yeah.
But then it's just releasing those results of your life to God. Because life happens.
So yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine and we were talking about... She does fractional HR work. And we were talking about pricing. And she doesn't charge enough. And I was like, friend, you don't charge enough. You have to charge more. And she was like, Penny, she said, somebody told me last week that I charge too much. And she said, and I know I'm trying to get over it. And it was just it took us down this road of talking about ourselves and who we are and how we feel about ourselves. And it was just so good. So I was able to share with her that I lost a client earlier this year that we ended up raising their price by $80 a month. $80. And this person has a very successful business, very large margins, lives a very large lifestyle, and we raised their price by $80 a month. And they left to go somewhere cheaper. And man, it took me a little while to get over it. I'm saying this because of who we are matters. And I'm not going to lie to you, there is times where I see this person because we end up in the same networking events and stuff. And I really just want to, karate chop her in the neck. Instead, I have to step back and be like, well, first of all, she may not have left over the $80. She may have left because she doesn't like me. And that's okay too. And she just was gracious enough to not say that. You know what I'm saying? But second of all, I have to be an adult enough to be like, I forgive that person. For what? Leaving? Like, that's not even a big deal. I know that some of you are like, that's not a big deal. But in business, there is so much of that. And as business owners, we can take some of that so personal because it feels like they don't like me, or even like let that speak to who you are and say like,
the settles would say we would put that as a label on ourselves.
Yes.
Like an impression.
An impression.
Who we are.
Let that imprint on you, like the silly pity.
Instead, you have to shake that off and get your image from God. We're getting our image from God of who we are.
And then just realize,
not from past clients.
No, not from past clients. So I think that that's the word today. If you have a past client, or if somebody told you you're too expensive, shake that crap off. Yeah. Shake that crap off. Don't let that imprint you. Move on. You were called to do what God called you to do, and we have to walk like that. And I have to trust that the people that God's called me to will end up in my life, and the people that He has not will walk out. And honestly, that person, I was grateful they walked out. I didn't really enjoy that client relationship anyways, so I was grateful but hurt at the same time. And so we have to be grown up enough. I'm telling you this to tell you that we have learned a lot about ourselves in this journey.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about why investing time and money in yourself, like in a conference like this, isn't indulgent. It should be a priority, not on the back burner somewhere.
It does have to be a priority. It just has to be a priority. There's something in me that really struggles with it. Taking the time and taking the money and spending it on conferences and doing things that are, you need to go to professional conferences and be around people in your industry. You need to go to like entrepreneur conferences and be around people that are just business people. Networking, even if you hate networking, go to networking just to be around other business people, because business owners and entrepreneurs they're just different people, and you need to be around them. And so,
and conferences like this,
and get over it. So get over it. Go to a conference. Get over it. Go to. Last year or the year before? It's last summer. I went to a conference all by myself. I had to get an Uber all by myself. I am when we travel, I'm a passenger princess. Jonathan knows where all the tickets are. He's got the Ubers ready. He has the reservation, like everything ready, and I just go and just have a great time. And I went all by myself to a fractional CFO conference. It was so good to be in the room. I was really scared that I was going to be sitting there and feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not qualified.
For reals? Oh my gosh.
Yes. I felt so intimidated to go there and to be in that room. And it was just such a powerful room. As a matter of fact, some of the friendships that I made at that conference, I've stayed in contact with. We've referred business back and forth. It was so powerful. I left feeling like I felt qualified way more than I felt disqualified.
Yeah.
But going in,
and not
I talked myself into disqualifying myself instead of qualifying myself to be in that room. And then once I left, I was like, no, I'm absolutely qualified to be in that room. I could have taught some of those sessions.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest. One of the biggest takeaways for me from conferences is you're not alone. Whether you go to a conference like this where we find other people struggling with who they are, you're not alone. Whether we go to like a marriage conference and you're like, oh, we're the only ones that have marriage problems, you're not alone. Or you go to a CFO conference and you're thinking, oh, I'm alone, I probably don't know as much as these. You get there and you're like, no, these are my people. These are the same. They're going through the same things as I am. They're, doing the same things as I am. They're at the same level that I am. So you're not alone. So that's a big, and like we talk about, entrepreneurship can be lonely. So go to a conference. You're not alone.
Yeah, it is lonely sometimes.
Yeah.
Even as a married couple, it's lonely sometimes.
Yeah.
And my friend that I was talking to yesterday, she goes, Penny, this was such a good conversation. She said, I feel like when I talk to you, like we're just two friends that own businesses, and it's such a blessing to not be selling to someone or having somebody sell to me and just be in a relationship. And I was like, it's so powerful, right? Like we just got on the phone and we were just, the Bible calls it this. The Bible calls it iron sharpening iron. And whether it's a Christian conference or not, when you get around people that are great and doing great things in your industry, or just like my friend yesterday, she's great. She's a freaking great HR executive. But we were just iron sharpening iron, like throwing out ideas like, you should do this, you should do that. And that's what the Bible talks about, is iron sharpening iron. What's interesting about that verse, if you've ever sharpened a knife, I used to hate it because the scratching just drove me crazy. But the reason it sharpens is because it goes against the metal. I'm sure that there's somebody out there that knows like the actual scientific terms, but it goes against it. And there's something very beautiful when we're rubbed the wrong way. Iron sharpens iron. And so sometimes when we get in conferences where we're just a little uncomfortable, just a little,
sure.
And so a lot of times I think it's a great personal rule of mine to, if something rubs me the wrong way, I sit with it. And I'll usually come and say, we'll talk through it. And I'll be like, that rubbed me the wrong way, but I'm not really sure why. And then I sit with it because I really understand. Oh, did you see that little kitty? So cute. That I really understand that that's how God works. It's that iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. And so set aside a budget to invest in yourself or your leadership team together.
Yeah.
If you have a leadership team, invest in them as well, and put in this conferences, books, maybe some education that they need to go through. You need to go through. It's important to invest in yourself as a leader, because you can't go any further. Your business can't go any further than you. Yeah. So you got to invest in yourself. So that's, I think, our big takeaway from today. Also, our other big takeaway is go follow the Settles. They have a podcast called Settled. Settled.
SETTLED.
And it's so good. It is so good. So tomorrow is Software Saturday, and we'll be reviewing Bill Spin and Expense.
Yes.
Y'all are there like, what the heck is Bill Spin and Expense? It is an interesting way of doing credit cards. So first time I saw it, I was like, wow, that's very cool. Anyway.
A business credit card.
Business credit cards, yes. Yeah. Business credit cards. All right. Follow the show, leave us a 5-star review, and we'll see you soon.
See you tomorrow.